Breaking news. Jurgen Klopp set for a stunning return as Liverpool sack Arne Slot. After a disastrous week at Anfield, Liverpool Football Club has plunged into one of the most extraordinary and emotional weeks in its modern era, one marked by humiliation, chaos, shock decisions, and ultimately a stunning twist that has sent waves of excitement through the global football community. After a brutal sequence of defeats that tore apart the stability of the team, the club made the dramatic decision to sack head coach Arne Slot. And in a move that no one saw coming a few weeks ago, Jurgen Klopp is now reportedly on the verge of returning to Anfield. The news has ignited an emotional earthquake. For a club that has been gasping for identity since Klopp's initial departure, the possibility of his comeback feels like a rebirth, a resurrection of the Liverpool spirit that once dominated Europe, terrified opponents, and inspired millions worldwide. A week of collapse, Slot's downfall in real time. Arne Slot's dismissal did not come out of nowhere, but the speed and brutality of his fall shocked even his harshest critics. The Nottingham Forest disaster. It began with a woeful 3-0 defeat to Nottingham Forest. A performance without soul, energy, or tactical clarity left fans speechless. For many supporters, it was the first moment they loudly questioned Slot's leadership. The team walked off the pitch with their heads down, and Slot admitted in the post-match interview that something is not functioning. Perhaps an understatement for what was happening beneath the surface. The final nail, PSV at Anfield. 3 days later came the performance that sealed his fate. A humiliating 4-1 defeat to PSV Eindhoven at Anfield. In the UEFA Champions League, under the Anfield lights, the very stage Liverpool has historically owned. The humiliation was complete. Fans booed, others walked out early. Some called the match the worst European performance at Anfield in the last 20 years. By midnight, reliable sources said the board had already made its decision. The official sacking. Liverpool released a short but powerful statement. Liverpool FC announces the departure of head coach Arne Slot with immediate effect. Recent performances have fallen significantly below the standards our club upholds. We thank Arne for his service and wish him well in his future career. The message was clinical, cold, final. A cycle that had started with hope and excitement, ended with disappointment and frustration. Inside sources. How the Klopp talks began. What the public did not know, at least not yet, was that inside Liverpool's hierarchy, a parallel conversation had already started. Senior figures at the club, emotionally shaken by the team's collapse, privately reached out to Jurgen Klopp to explore possibilities. What they received in return shocked them. According to multiple sources close to the negotiation, Klopp did not say no. He said he was interested. Those 7 words set off a chain reaction inside Anfield's boardroom. One insider described the moment. Klopp never lost his connection to Liverpool. When the call came, the emotional part of him woke up instantly. Another source explained, he told them he missed the place, he missed the fans, he missed the energy. He said he feels Liverpool still has chapters he hasn't finished writing. Why Klopp wants to return. After stepping down last season, Klopp insisted he needed rest, and he did. But in the month that followed, something began to change. He followed Liverpool's matches religiously. He stayed in touch with several players. He watched the team struggle, and according to sources, felt pain seeing the decline. Friends say, Klopp has rediscovered his drive. The fire is back. He reportedly told those close to him, "If Liverpool truly needs me, I cannot turn my back." That sentence has already reached legendary status among the fan base. Anfield's reaction, from tears to euphoria. When the rumours erupted publicly, Anfield transformed from a stadium in mourning to a cathedral of hope. Supporters gathered around the gates, some recording voice notes, others waving banners that had been kept since his farewell. "Bring back Klopp" trended worldwide within minutes. One fan outside the stadium put it simply, "We lost our identity when Klopp left. If he returns, Liverpool returns." What the board is thinking. Liverpool's owners, FSG, have been under immense pressure. The Slot appointment was heavily criticised after the recent failures. The idea of Klopp returning offers stability, emotional reconnection, tactical clarity, leadership trust, and most importantly, hope internally. FSG now sees Klopp as the only man who can stabilise the storm and rebuild the club at every level, from academy integration to tactical revival. The path forward, negotiations underway. Klopp's return is not yet officially confirmed, but all signs indicate the process is accelerating. Meetings have been held, conditions have been discussed. The squad is expecting an announcement soon, and sources inside Melwood claim some players already believe Klopp is coming back. For now, Liverpool has named a temporary caretaker, but few expect him to stay long. Klopp is the headline, Klopp is the story, Klopp is the future, if the final agreement is sealed. A new era or a return of a legend? Football rarely gives second chances. Even more rarely does a legendary manager return to the club he once rebuilt from ruins. But Liverpool is not an ordinary club. Jurgen Klopp is not an ordinary manager. And this moment is not an ordinary crisis. If Klopp returns, he will not just be coming back to coach. He will be coming back to restore belief, passion, identity, and the spirit that made Liverpool one of the most feared clubs in Europe. The story is still unfolding, but one thing is clear. Jurgen Klopp's home is calling him back, and he is ready to answer. Liverpool Football Club has officially announced the immediate dismissal of head coach Arne Slot, bringing a swift and dramatic end to a disastrous week that many supporters are calling the darkest chapter of the post-Klopp era. The club released an official statement late in the night, confirming that Slot's tenure had been terminated following a catastrophic run of results, including the 4-1 defeat to PSV Eindhoven at Anfield in the UEFA Champions League, only days after a shock 3-0 loss to Nottingham Forest. The decision marks one of the quickest downfalls in Liverpool's modern history, with frustration, disappointment, and confusion rippling through the fan base and the football world. The official Liverpool statement: the club shocked supporters worldwide with a direct and unforgiving announcement. Liverpool Football Club confirms that head coach Arne Slot has been relieved of his duties with immediate effect. Recent performances and results have fallen significantly below the standards expected of this institution. We thank Mr. Slot for his dedication and wish him the best in his future endeavours. Those 43 words were enough to ignite a storm across social media, pundit shows, and global newsrooms. Supporters who had been divided over Slot's management suddenly found themselves agreeing on one thing: this was inevitable. A collapse that began at Nottingham. The warning signs appeared earlier in the week when Liverpool suffered a shocking 3-0 defeat to Nottingham Forest. It was a match described by many analysts as identityless, flat, and unrecognisable from a Liverpool team. Players looked lost. The press was disjointed. Attacks were uncoordinated. Defensive transitions collapsed under the slightest pressure. Fans inside the City ground booed at half-time, a rare moment for a travelling Liverpool crowd. At full-time, some supporters called for Slot's resignation. Others blamed the board for a risky appointment following Jurgen Klopp's departure. Still, the club did not take immediate action. Instead, Slot was reportedly given a final internal warning, with clear instructions: beat PSV or face consequences. The night. Everything fell apart. PSV destroy Liverpool at Anfield. What followed on Champions League night was beyond imagination. In front of a stunned Anfield crowd, Liverpool delivered one of their worst European performances in decades. PSV 4, 1 Liverpool, at Anfield. The Dutch side dominated every sector of the pitch: midfield control, wing overloads, counter-attacks, and clinical finishing. Liverpool looked overwhelmed, confused, and tactically dismantled. Liverpool conceded early. They conceded again before half-time. They returned from the break only to concede 2 more in quick succession. The lone consolation goal was met not with cheers, but with sarcastic applause from frustrated fans. Some supporters even began leaving the stadium in the 70th minute, a sight almost unheard of in European nights at Anfield. Slot remained on the touchline, expressionless, knowing fully that the result was more than a loss. It was the end.